Alright folks, this video took me a lot longer to do than I initially expected. I got a little busy, I wasn't sure if I wanted what kind of format I wanted to do, so with that out of the way, I finally landed on doing this as a side-by-side comparison between two of Niagara Falls' most recommended hotels with a water park. The reason why I'm doing this side-by-side is because I actually got to stay at both these hotels back-to-back, so even though this happened during the summertime, at least you get to see both of these places back to back. Okay, so for starters, this is a very hard comparison to make because they're both very different entities. Where Great Wolf Lodge is an actual resort where everything is encompassed, everything is enclosed off. You don't need to leave campus for anything. Whereas Skyline Hotel, on the other hand, is just attached to a water park, along with two other hotels. Wow. No, let's get to the room first, okay? But at the end of the day, you're still spending money on both of these, so whichever one you find more value in is really up to you. So this is just my take and me showing my experience of staying at both of these places around the same time frame. So Great Wolf Lodge, because it's a resort, it's bigger. So it's quite a long walk if you go to, if you've booked one of these rooms at the far end. Try using one of those. Yep. Don't drop it. But that being said, bigger hotel also means a bigger room. Like, check out the size of this room. It's pretty big. This is the family fireplace suite, which is their second cheapest option. Their cheapest was actually not available at the time, which the only difference is, I think, is just the fireplace. And look at the size of this place. It even has a balcony. Not much of a view, but I do appreciate having a balcony. Along with two queen-size beds, it also has a pull-out couch, which these guys are having trouble getting out. It's really not that difficult. Just lift and pull. And
what? Okay, so I missed wow, Daddy, go ahead,
TV, for some reason, I didn't know how to get it to work. But that TV sits over a fireplace, which does work. Ooh.
We left our stuff in the car.
Yeah, do you want to see the fireplace? And this was the summertime when we went. It was fairly warm. It's pretty useless around that time. But hey, during winter time, it'll be great. I'm pretty sure all these rooms are probably all booked off or probably charging a little extra for. Bathroom was fairly standard, but it was a good size at least. And like any resort, they come with their own assortment of toiletries, along with having a microwave, coffee maker, ice bucket, and a safe. The Skyline from the front door doesn't greet you with much. It's not as grand as the Great Wolf Lodge. It's smaller.
Yeah, we can go to the room first if he doesn't want to. We can stay in the lobby all day long. Hey, bye.
I akin to this place more like being a comfort inn. But with this being just a hotel, it's not very big by comparison to a resort, as you also see by the room. The arrows facing that way? Now, I've been here before. Maybe you can check out my video, which I'll put link at the top of this place. It was quite a few years ago, but the room has not changed one bit since. It's still very dark when you go in. Your only window that you have is overlooking the courtyard, so you don't have any outside natural lighting. The furniture is dark. There's not a lot of lights around. all in all, this place feels quite dated. You don't have as many amenities in the room as well. You just have the coffee maker and the safe. And the bathroom, still, though basic, was significantly smaller than Great Wolf Lodge. Doesn't look so in the video, but trust me, it is. And it doesn't come with as many toiletries. The bathroom is smaller.
I don't remember this part at all.
Well, don't I feel a little stupid? I don't know if you can hear me, but I actually, the USB door for my Action4, it was a little bit open. Inside got a little wet. Hope it's okay.
Now, both of these places have water parks, or rather, Great Wolf Lodge has their own water park, whereas the Skyline is attached to it, the Fallsview Waterpark, along with the Sheraton and the Crown Plaza. Now, Great Wolf Lodge, being that it's a lodge theme, you're going to see a lot of wood around. It's 100,000 square feet of water park space. There's a wooden fort with a couple of attached slides. There's a bigger slide for bigger kids. There's a wave pool. There's an outdoor lounge pool. There's a lazy pool, a kiddie pool. There's a lot here. I didn't even see it all. There's a bunch of cabanas, indoor and outdoors. This thing that my son is doing, I think it's called the frog pool, where you just kind of use that rope on top to hop along to the lily pads. It's a cool idea.
That thing triggered. Boom. But the kiddie pool is surprisingly warm. It's heated.
And what water park would be complete without a really big bucket of water being dumped on their head? I think this is the only one they have at Great Wolf Lodge. I don't think all water parks only have one anyways. And apparently this water park opens from 9 in the morning to 8 at night. Now with this being a resort, it's not the only thing you have here at least. There's a bowling alley, there's an arcade right next to it. Arcade's a bit of a rip-off. But it gives a lot more options and stuff to do. They also have activities within the lodge itself that's more geared towards the kids. Now the Fallsview Waterpark, from the Skyline attachment, there is this, I guess you call it Skyline or Skyway, I guess hence the name of the hotel, which is what attaches the hotel to the water park. And from the Skyline Way, it looks like it's a sort of a back entrance sort of thing. And this dome structure is bigger. It claims 3 acres, which is, I believe, 130,000 square feet. it has more or less the same type of attractions. There's a fort with a water bucket. There's a wave pool, a couple of slides at least. There's an outdoor pool as well. Now the outdoor pool at least has a bit of a view. Mind you, not much of one. There's also this sort of upper, sort of dry section with some cabanas, eating area for the attached snack bar, and a kid's playground as well if you don't want to dunk into the water. And this overlooks the entire water park. Now at my stay at the lodge, I didn't eat there. This attached restaurant to Great Wolf Lodge, I looked at the price, it's pretty expensive. So I understand this is more for the adult dining type crowd, but I was there with kids, so I didn't get to partake in this. They do have a buffet, which again I did not take part in either, so I can't say if it's worth it or what the food quality is like, but I did get to walk through their gift shop. And it's pretty extensive. Have a look at this. It's pretty big. They have all sorts of Great Wolf Lodge merch and other themed merch. Plus this wall of candy. Yeah, great place to be selling that stuff to the little kids. Perfect. These little wolf ears that my daughter wanted.
Yeah, but I'm looking for the house.
Oh no, there's a ton of stuff in here.
Names on wooden yo-yos.
Now for comparison, the Skyline doesn't need a lot of that stuff, but it does have an attached restaurant. And we only just came here for breakfast. I actually got myself a breakfast prefix that you order ahead of time, which is only $15 per plate. So I managed to save a little bit of money that way. But with the Skyline and its location, it's not that far from Clifton Hill Strip. So it really doesn't need a lot of the extra attractions that Great Wolf Lodge has. Whereas Great Wolf Lodge is at least a good 10 to 15 minute drive from the same area. At the end of the day, it also boils down to how much it costs. Great Wolf Lodge, when we went, was just over $600, whereas the Skyline was almost $450. That includes the 4 prefix breakfasts. So depending on what you prioritize, the Great Wolf Lodge is an all-inclusive package, which you will spend more money on, but you will get more out of, with a lot more things to do. Skyline, on the other hand, you need to walk around a bit more, and it'll be cheaper, but you'll end up getting less. But that's mainly due to it being such close proximity to the tourist attractions of Clifton Hill. But if the water park is your deciding factor, both are fairly comparable. So at the end of the day, which one would you choose?